Hello everyone, welcome to Gặp tâm sự nhỏ của Khải đến Nguyên, a little Lenormand corner of Khải đến Nguyên. My name is Khải, and today we'll do a Lenormand reading for Kim Soo Hyun to see how his January 2026 is gonna be like. So hopefully through these cards we can understand the chord energy, setting the tone for what to follows. And as always, please receive these messages with openness and joy. So this is an intuitive reading for reflection and entertainment purposes only. So please take what resonates and gently leave the rest. All right, let's begin. Okay, what would be the month of January 2026 be like for Kim Soo Hyun? So this is the triplets of the month of January that I did in the astro clock spread before. So we're gonna base on those cards to see how it correlates with the new cards we're gonna draw today. So the first one we have ship, books, clouds, scythe, cross, bear, lady, mountains, and rider. So in the previous astro clock video that I predict, I said January could be like a good start for Soo Hyun to start on any project, or he could welcome a new member, or he need to pay attention to his health. According to the astro clock that I did before, I think January would be a good month. Okay. However, the 9 cards that I just drew right now have a little bit of the unpleasant energy in it. So we have the clouds, we have the cross, we have the mountain, and the scythe over here. That they don't bring like a very good energy. So the cross is in the central of the spread. So I think in January, Soo Hyun have a lot of concerns, a lot of burden on his shoulders that he always has to think about. The covered card of the spread is the ship, which means a long journey, a traveling trip for Soo Hyun, and a rider. It could mean Soo Hyun himself. It could mean someone that bring the news over. I'm trying to correlate these three cards in the previous reading with the new spread that I have here. I feel like in January he may have to travel somewhere that is pretty far to see a person. Okay. I think Soo Hyun needs to establish a relationship with this person regarding this book. Okay, so I think this book could means a new project. Okay, it could be a script book for a movie, for a drama. However, the journey to go see this person is not easy. Okay, he hopes to go on this journey as soon as possible. But in the middle of the journey, there could be some challenges, some difficulties, some blocks that are in the way that make him slow down his journey. Okay, so I think the bear and the rider, they could represent the two powerful people that have a very strong voice in this project. That's why I need to see these two people. All right. I think Soo Hyun need to really pick a good day to go on this trip. Okay, he need to analyze what are the beneficial factors and what are the difficult factors that could affect his trip in January regarding this new project. Okay, I can see that at the beginning, before he go on this trip, it's very cloudy, it's very rainy, it's stormy, it's not easy for him to go on this trip. For this woman, I'm not too sure what is her role over here in this business trip. She could be a supporter for Soo Hyun. Okay. She could be the connector between him and these two powerful people. All right. Maybe she could help him to make a decision really quickly. So, regarding this project, excuse me, I think Soo Hyun need to work really hard to have a set stone, the first stone on this project. I don't know, because of the deck is quite dark, that I explained the meaning of this projection a little bit unpleasantly. But I really hope this new beginning can be a little bit easier on him. I really hope this woman can help him. Okay. Also, I think these two powerful people, they may fight excuse me. So these two powerful people who can make the decision on the project, I think they are a little bit doubtful about the situation that Soo Hyun is in at the moment, because I can see the clouds. That means something that is very confusion. The clouds cover the clearliness of around Soo Hyun. Okay, so they doubt how it's gonna be in the future. Like, they do have a strong belief in Soo Hyun, but at the same time, they feel not easy to start it right away. So at least this project may have to start later this year. It's not right away. Nothing is immediate. In a different meaning, I think this rider, it could be a connector. So I think these two people, the women and the rider, are the connectors, the bridge that help Soo Hyun to talk to this bear, this powerful person, regarding this project, this trip. Okay. Okay, so I think that is pretty much enough regarding the business setting or the career setting in this deck. on the personal side, maybe I think Soo Hyun can go out overseas. He could go for a hike to the mountains. He can go out in the rain, in the snow. Well, it's clearly not a sunny day. Just to clear his mind, okay? I think he did all of that either with a friend or with a woman or someone that can help him in his life. This person have a bigger, higher position in society, in the work setting with him, but he still have a close relationship with. So I think in January, if whatever I said earlier in the business setting will not happen, this is on the personal setting, he can find himself some time just to go on a hike, just go for a walk outside, read a book, do something quick. He can go to the church, he can go out to the beach, he can do anything just to clear his mind. With the site over here, I think he just need to action quick, okay? The site here means to cut. So I think he just try to cut himself from all of the difficult situations that he's in right now. Okay, so that is on the personal setting. Talking a little bit about the health topic. I think Soo Hyun really need to pay attention to keep himself fit and healthy next year, especially in January at the beginning of the year. But according to the spread, I think if he can go out, he could do something fun for himself. He can entertain himself. He can find some fresh air for himself. I think that would be enough. But in all of that, all of those journeys, he always have friends and families and relatives, and the person who he loves always stays side by side with him. So I think he's gonna be okay. Okay, so in short, regarding this spread, I think it's a little bit heavier on the business side. So I know right now is not a good timing for Soo Hyun to start on anything. However, any project will always start with a good talk, good conversation, a deep understanding from both sides. So I really hope that this project, the negotiation between Soo Hyun and this boss, this pair, will go well. Okay, to have the project start sometime later in the year. All right, let's move on to the second deck to see if I can draw any other meaning regarding January for Soo Hyun. Okay. Okay, let's see what January 2026 gonna be like for our actor Kim Soo Hyun. We have compass, bear one more time, dog, fish, rider one more time, a ship again, birds, house, and whip. All right, so this deck I think is connects really strongly with the first deck. We have compass here, it's mean a direction. Like I said earlier, he needs someone to guide him, to connect him. He needs a liaison in between. We have the bear showed up twice. We have the ship goes up twice and rider 2 times. The whip and the sight both have the speed meaning in it. It's very fast, very quickly. Fish mean wealth. associates with investment, something that is coming in a bundle, something that has a really big quantity. Okay, so for this deck, the cover card is the compass, and the central card is a rider. So I think there will be a lot of news coming in. Okay, so in the first deck we have the book. It can also mean knowledge. Rider means the news, and birds means communication. Specifically, the bird card have the owls, so it also means someone is wise, or it also means knowledge and wisdom, like the book. So I think on the personal side, maybe in January, Kim Soo Hyun will have a lot of good news coming in from a wise person. So, for example, his lawyer can give out an announcement, a statement that giving a good direction to clear out or to clarify all of the argument, the conflicts, the controversies around Soo Hyun at the moment. And all of those matter related to this house is mean like private and personal matters. So you know that Soo Hyun has been in the situation of the lawsuit and litigation has been almost a year. So maybe in January, he Kim Soo Hyun himself and the lawyers from his side can give out some kind of announcement. Okay, it's regarding his private matter, and it could also relate it to the money side. Okay, I think it may talk about compensation regarding all of the contracts that being mentioned in the lawsuits. Okay, going back to the business setting of the previous deck and this current deck. I think definitely in January, Soo Hyun would need to go out to see these higher manager, like the executive people, regarding like a new project. So I think he will have a lot of help and support to guide him to find a correct way to how to deal and negotiate on this project, on this proposal. I think there is a little bit of contrast in what he actually wants to do and what he can only do in January. Like, obviously I can see the slowness versus the quickliness in here. Okay, we have the ship. It's been something that is very slow and takes a long time. But also we have the scythe and we have the whip. It means we have to act really quickly. Okay, like immediately and right away. So I think Soo Hyun needs to figure out what he should do to balance the contracts over here. But I can see that he have a lot of help and support here. The job, it can be his friends, can be his family, can be his lawyer, can be his co-worker in the industry. Okay, and someone that is very supportive. This card can also mean his loyal fans as well. Okay. still thinking what else can I think from here. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for now. And I will come back to this deck later if I can have any other thoughts about it. Alright, let's move on to the last deck. January for Kim Soo Hyun. Oh, we have the side again. A fox. A bear. Okay, 3 times. Moon. A woman, 2nd time. A bouquet. A whip again. A stork. And a garden. Alright, so I think the first deck, it's give me a not so good feeling, not so good energy. So that means to me, at the beginning of January, it is very difficult for Soo Hyun to start on something. But moving on to the second deck, and now the last deck, I think to the end of January, everything's gonna be better for Soo Hyun. Okay, I can still see that there are a lot of argument, a lot of controversies around him, a lot of conflicts regarding his personal situation that he is facing. But I think it's gonna be cut it short quite quickly here. I hope after that, after January, everything gonna go back to its normal cycle. The bear over here shows up 3 times. Okay, so I don't know what it means now. Okay, earlier I can only think about a boss or an executive in a company, but now with the bear, and if I think about his legal matters, I think this bear can also mean the judge, who can give out the final clause on his lawsuit. And at the end of January, I see the bouquet over here in the garden. It means something that is very good to celebrate. Okay. We have the women and we have the stork. It is a significant change over here. So if the second deck means that his lawyer can bring out an announcement regarding his situation that can bring back his position in society, bring back his recognition in the industry, in his career, it's gonna be good. He will have a job, okay? Also, he maybe can cut himself from all of those fake news, all of the cunning from the controversy, and he gonna move on to a new stage of his life, and he can stay side by side with the women and enjoy all of the beautiful flowers, all of the nice congratulations around him, a beautiful celebration around him. And we have the public over here. I think he may have an announcement, a statement to the public, or he can just have a nice gathering with his family, his lady, all of his friends and family. Okay. So in short, I think at the beginning of January, it's not easy for Soo Hyun, but going to the end of January, it's gonna be great. Going back to the 3 cards, we have child, we have gentleman, and we have tree. So I really hope that all of these cards combined together gonna bring a good beginning for Soo Hyun. Okay, and then he can grow higher in his personal life, in his career, and then he can gain back all of his attention and recognition in life. All right, so that is all that I can get from January for Soo Hyun. And as always, I always hope all the best for Soo Hyun. Okay, and I really hope that he can be cut free from all of the difficult situation he is in right now, and I hope that he get even more support from people that he loves, from the people that loves him as well. All right, and I hope that January can bring a really significant change to Soo Hyun, so that he can start off a beautiful year. All right, so thank you so much for joining me in this Lenormand reading for Kim Soo Hyun. So if you felt this message meaningful, feel free to leave a comment below. All right, so I will see you next time. Okay, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you guys. Bye bye, until next time.